Hi everyone and welcome to your Wednesday watch. Today we are full on design set, a full on proper Kai crazy set. We have it all today and we've gone for a lovely stiletto. You can see that the index finger, I've already done that reverse nail bed and forgot to fucking record, didn't I? So yeah, failed already. But to begin with, we're going to go on this little finger. I've sculpted the base layers. We're doing all the design on a base. And so yeah, so I've used super fine orchid at the free edge and then Neptune seeds from the cuticle down over to do a soft ombre with glitter, but we're going to do something else with that after. Now we're going to have a three-way here with Purple Rain, Your Mint and Peacock Feathers from Glitterbels. Weren't the easiest ombre, no. But what I find is, I just keep adding, layering. I work with it a little bit wet as well when I really want to blend it in. But you can see it's not the easiest one, but at the end of it, well, truthfully, we put a fucking swoosh on it, don't we? We put a swoosh, you can't see how shit it is. So everybody is a winner. So I did sculpt these, but obviously when I sculpt, sometimes if time allows, I'll take my forms off. I will refile them because I'm not a robot. There's going to be lumps, there's going to be bumps. And when you are creating a base layer, it has to be as thin as you can get it. Any flaws are going to show up. So a lot of the time when people say to me, oh, I always file through my design. The problem is usually already been done. The problem is your base is too thick, or there's lumps and there's bumps. And if one side of it's a mil higher than the other, oh, my fucking washing machine's going crazy. Your design will be 1 mil higher on one side. Your encapsulated layer will be 1 mil on one side. And at the end of it, you'll go, fuck me, that's 1 mil higher on that one side. So you will come out heavy with your file. You'll try and even it out. You'll first hit your encapsulated layer, then you'll hit your design. And then there's your base layer. And the issue was the base layer wasn't perfect. It's like when you build a house, you put your foundations first and they have to be structurally fan-friggin-tastic, otherwise the house falls down. Now you can change the decor inside as much as you want. You could put extensions onto it, you can stick a freaking conservatory, whatever you want, but the foundations will never change. So if you don't get it right, everything around it falls to pieces. So make sure that base is as good as you can get it. You can't be too thin. I've said it in the past. If your client, after you've taken your forms off, or if you're using tips and then they turn around and say, can I go to the toilet? Like, they will break. Like, if the wind changes direction, they're going to break. They need to be that thin. It is just a platform to play upon. That's all. It also, when the client comes back in 3 weeks' time, I can check that their natural nail, there's no lifting, no greenies, no nasties. File down to that and design again. Hey, look at that. You can't even see my shitty ombre now, can you? So we've done a classic swoosh and we're going to go into a marble. Now, when I marble, I like to pick up a light colour and a dark colour on the brush. You can see I've got all three on one brush. And I sort my cuticle out first. So your cuticles have to be nice and neat. So this way, it's already done. The cuticle is done. I can then go in and do my messy marble. Now you can see I'm going to be working, going across the nail this way. If you're left-handed, you'd probably go the other way, but I'm right, so I go across. So I use the highest point of those 3 beads and work my way down, not going through the same line, using the tip of my brush just like a knife. So I try and change my colours up so that you've not got it all heavy on one side. So again, highest point, working down through it, not going through the same line, tidy up your sides. And then I'll change my colours around again, working in that kind of direction that we've been going. Remember to cut through the highest point. Don't push too deep because you will hit your base layer. It will all stick to the side of your brush. It will drag through and look messy. There we go, swooshing down. The easiest part of doing the marble is as you reach that free edge, and it is easier on a longer nail because the hardest point is up at the natural point area now because they have human heat coming through, so that heat makes it set a lot quicker. So yeah, longer nails are easier to achieve it, but work wetter when you're marbling as well. Now we're going to bring the little finger and the ring finger together here. So we are using that superfine orchid, making sure that I straighten this line up beforehand because it's going to be really difficult to get a file in. So again, there's the superfine orchid and the Neptune seeds, feathering it down with the tip of my brush and making sure I push it right up into those wings. You've got to get right up into it, otherwise it will come back and it will highlight those flaws if you've missed it. So tip of the brush, poking it straight up into the wings. Making sure again that I've got that lovely straight line, so I'll probably go and check that out. And then you will encapsulate that. But before that, we're going to add some swooshy, milk swooshes. Now, what I've done is dipped my brush into my liquid. I've picked up an eye bogey size bead of Kylea and dipped into raw glitter. So that's not a pre-mixed glitter, it's completely raw. I don't like to pre-mix my glitters because I can use it with everything. So dipping that teeny tiny eye bogey size bead of Kylea into the raw glitter and then wiggly wiggly swooshing onto the nail. Really teeny tiny amount of acrylic. So we are going to, you can see now, I'm going to encapsulate this glitter ombre. It's going to build me a wall down that center of that free edge. So you can see I'll push it up, making that wall. As I've done with the reverse smile line, we're making the wall because what we're going to do on the other side of it, we are going to push that three-way ombre up into it, but no bloody glitter this time. I've got to get it right. So yeah, we're building that wall, building some height of product so that I can push up against it. Right, three-way again with Purple Rain, Your Mint and Peacock Feather. Again, I will put the description of everything that I've used. I will put discount codes and links and everything there as well. So yeah, what you can see is when I'm doing my ombre, I will place the bead. I will always feather the back of it so that it's nice and soft, because otherwise it's harder for the other colours to come over it. So I always make sure the back of it's lovely and soft, and then feather with the tip of my brush. I work quite wet with my design when I'm designing as well, because well, it just keeps everything a lot thinner. I use glitterbels because they're lovely and pigmented. Yeah, some of them work better than others. You know, like any brand, you get some that'll marble. But yeah, you get used to it and you know what works and how to work it. But yeah, these three, they weren't too bad, to be honest. I've worked with worse. But yeah, nice and wet. And then we're capping it. Now I have left the thumb in today as well. Whoa! We're using the peacock feathers again, and then we're going to be coming over with a chunky glitter. Now, chunky glitters, oh my god, that means my nails have got to be super duper thick. No. What we'll do is when I'm using a chunky glitter, I will find a glitter that is similar as a background colour. So here we're using the Superfine Orchid. Now the Superfines on my website are literally that. I specifically asked them to be cut to a finer grade than most glitters because they're perfect for gel polishes, they're perfect for burnishing in, they're perfect for this. So that means my cuticle area is done. Okay, it's really thin. We're not going to have big bulkiness. And then we're coming in with tail feathers, which is a chunky glitter from the website. Now it looks like I've only used tail feathers because Superfine Orchid has done the hard work for us. Yay, thank you, Superfine. Now I felt that the little finger was okay, but it just needed something else. So I'm doing a little marble across it as well. I don't know what it was. I think maybe the Neptune Seeds glitter was too blue and it needed more of the deep green into it. So I've just done this one as well. So when I am super duper happy with it, obviously it's all got to be capped in clear. Obviously I've got a base layer, I've got design, so my cap layer is quite thin. If I need to build an apex, I will, but I work it quite wet, just letting it fall down the nail. That way I don't have to overwork the product, which would result in air bubbles, or you know, it would create more bubbles. The more I work it, I would pump more into it. So yeah, nice and wet, letting it just fall down that nail. Yeah, all done. And now all the work side of it's done. How are you? How's your week been? I'm still busy on the lambing. I know lots of you came over and watched all the lambing reels on my Instagram. If you haven't seen it and you like cute lambs, head over there. You'll see lots of stuff going on. Yeah, nothing much to tell, I don't think. Nope. I am in the salon now. We know that. Oh, I've made it to the Scratch Stars final again, which is lovely, up against 4 other lovely techs. We are in the liquid and powder final, so in the end of June I've got to go to London and compete for my place, which is quite scary. I don't do well. I get freaked out by that, but it is what it is. I'm very, very grateful just to make it into the final 5, because I know lots of people enter, so it's a big deal just to make it that way. And then I get to have a lovely night out in London. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, nothing else really. I don't think there's nothing else to report. There probably is, and I probably forgot it. But yeah, that's it. Nothing else. What was I going to say? Don't know. Brain fart gone. It's completely gone from my mind. I'm going to let you watch the rest of this video. There is a corker of an image at the end. So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe. If you don't already, drop us a comment, because it really does help people to find my channel. I guess the more engagement, like Instagram, which is a complete dick at the moment, big bag of dicks Instagram is. The more you engage, the more people will see it. So if you could, that would be fantastic, or even share it, whatever you got to do. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you all again next week. Love you all. Bye bye.